Hi, everybody. It's me, Angel Benton, and it's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, the show where we delve into the world of daytime television and do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the reality shows that we're doing is The Amazing Race. Before we get to that, let me tell you about my day today. This is host chat. So, today was a busy day for me. As you can see, I'm in Glendale, right? So I got up, I got my happy ass up early. I took my car in to be serviced at 8 o'clock. It was done at 1:15. Got my car, made it to my 2:30 hair appointment, and I went a little bit darker. I know that most everyone in the summertime goes lighter, but that's when I go darker. I'll go lighter in the wintertime. Plus, I like a frosty blonde. It reminds me of Agneta from ABBA. I love her so much. Okay, so this is a little less it's a little more Justin Bieber, a little less Jesse McCartney. Now, my friend Josh that I work with, if I were to say that, he'd be like, "Who are those people?" He doesn't. I sometimes I wonder if he's from Earth. Like I'm like, "Are you from Mars? Do you not know anybody?" He never gets any of my references. I swear to God, it's like talking to air. It's crazy. Anyways, moving on. So then, after I got my hair done, I ran over to Costco and I got my passport pictures done. Because, I mean, hello, I look pretty damn fucking good. I've shaved, I got my hair color, looks really nice and it's nice and trimmed. And I brushed my teeth, they look nice and shiny. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking my pictures today. I got in, took my pictures. I was done with my whole day by 6 p.m. What? Right? That's the Amazing Race right there. I'll tell you what, to get all that shit done in one day. So tomorrow all I have to do is just basically get gas. And I have to find some place with Staples because there's no Staples in this house. So I'm thinking I might go to like an Office Max, like Kinko's or something. And then, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, so The Amazing Race. Okay, let's talk The Amazing Race. So The Amazing Race, we've got 2 episodes left. This is the second to last one. So this one is all about going from 4 teams down to 3. And honestly, I really don't care for any of the 4 teams, really, because they really do show that it takes a lot of backstabbing and, shit talking about other teams to, make it to the end. That's kind of unfortunate because it would be nice if there was at least one team that you could root for, even if they didn't win, but you could say, I hope they make it to the end. But the last team that I could do that for was Team Fun, and they were out last episode. So this episode, it all came down to this one decision. So they have to go to Seoul, South Korea, right? So they go to Seoul, South Korea. And the boys are thinking, everyone we've talked to has told us not to take a taxi and to take the train. So they get on the train and everyone else takes a taxi. Now, everybody else was sitting in traffic, and had the boys made their connection to the train, the boys would have gotten to not the pit stop. It's either the roadblock or the detour, one of them. But they would have gotten there first, right? They didn't. And they didn't make their train connection. They were running to the train station and they got there just as the doors closed and they had to wait on another train. And by the time they got there, it was too much. Like they got to, where did they end up having to go? I know they went and made kimchi, but they had to do something else before that. And then they had to go to some video game. They had to do against some video gamer. And then they had to do the pit stop. There was something else though before that. Why can't I remember? Oh, they had to find these pretty girls that were they were like pop singers, and they were at this Gangnam, just like that Psy song, Gangnam Style. They were at Gangnam's place or whatever. I don't know. But they were doing their little pop ditty, and then all 4 of them had cards. And by the time the boys got to them, all the other 3 cards had been handed out. So, I mean, that's pretty much how it went for the whole show. I mean, they were just swimming upstream. And there was one point. So one of the tasks was that they had to go against this gamer and do this video game that these guys do, and these guys are like, they're not professional, but they are professional level gamers. Like they're like teenagers, right? But I mean, hello, that's what you expect, right? So of course, you know, Scott from Team Brooke and Scott, and London from Team London and Logan, Team Lolo, they had to go up against each other first, and London actually won, even though Scott had a little bit of experience playing the original Street Fighter, because he was like, I want Chun-Li. When they had to pick characters, and a total gay man, because I would have done the same exact shit. Chun-Li's fierce. She's a fierce bitch. So anyways, he barely lost to London, like barely, because they were both going against, and after every 10 rounds, they would do something to make the kid not do as well. So the first 10 rounds, after the first 10 rounds, they made the kid do it one-handed with his hands behind his back. And that's where they were able to defeat this kid. Once, I mean, they did take them a couple times, but they were able to both defeat him. But it didn't work for Tara. She was not getting it at all. And then, at that point, after 20 rounds, they put a blindfold on the kid. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, Joey was all salty because, oh, he's some kid. What does he think it's okay to beat someone's mom? Why should her age have anything to do with how that kid treats her? It didn't have anything to do with anybody else, really. Because what he's really saying is we want special treatment because we're older. Fuck that. No. And not just that, but she ended up, and so the boys ended up catching up to Joey and Tara, aka Team Mom and Dad. So the boys ended up catching up to them, and Matt was kicking ass at the video game. He was this close to winning, but finally Tara wins. And that's how the Amazing Race went, really, was those first 3 teams showed up at the end, and at the end they eliminated the boys. Now, Redmond gave this quasi-moving speech about how to overcome anything, because let's be real, he's got one leg, and he did, I mean, especially considering how many legs they won outright, that's it's already impressive, right? But then again, I would have been more impressed had they, behaved a little bit more honorably at the beginning of the Amazing Race. Because it didn't help them win, did it? No. So, anyways, but they're not the only people that haven't behaved well. All of them haven't, at some point or another. So it's a little, I'm a little frustrated by that, but I can't wait till next season. I don't know what the gimmick is next season, but I hope it's that these people know each other, because that's half of the annoyance of this season, is that not only do we have to see the race, which is in itself challenging, right? And all those, remember how I went through all the memorable winners? They all knew each other before. None of them were strangers, right? I still love me some Team Cha-Cha-Cha. I need to look up and see what they're doing. They're pretty fierce. They were pretty fierce. Their whole approach to the race was like, we're going to find the closest 5-star hotel and we're going to ask for help. And it got them to the fucking finals. I mean, that was pretty impressive. I give them major props for that. So anyways, next week is the finale episode, and we'll see who wins the Amazing Race. I mean, spoiler, I already know, I'm just saying, but I'm gonna do one more recap, and then I'm thinking, I'm dripping. I'm really hot in here, FYI. Okay, so I'm thinking that I might do, because, I was doing Dancing for Relevancy, and this time, I'm going to do a recap of the Housewives of Atlanta, because even though they're off the air, that fucking reunion, the last 2 episodes, and the Secrets Revealed episode, excuse me, that was a lot. So, I'll be doing one last recap for them, and then next week I'm going to do Housewives of New York City on Wednesdays, and then after that I'll do the Housewives of Potomac on Mondays. So that'll be my 7 shows that I pick. I'll still have my 4 daytime shows, Below Deck Med, and then my 2 housewife shows. So, all right, that'll work. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Amazing Race to talk the Amazing Race with me, or you can hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk the Bold and the Beautiful with me, which is what I'll be doing next. And you can also hit that little subscribe button on this YouTube page and subscribe to my videos so that they all come into your mailbox every day. Thank you so much, everyone. You all have a wonderful night. Peace out. Webba, webba, webba.